But the next speaker is Poul Jeppesen of SKF. Poul, please come to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Yes. Good morning. First of all, we are delighted to be here to share some of our views of what we are working on within SKF when it comes to sustainability. It's something that's very close to our heart, and hopefully in the next 15 minutes I can give you a view of what we really are working on. I said 15 minutes. I have 192 slides here, so fasten your seatbelt, and we're going to go through this quick. It's a little not easy to see here, so my recommendation is we're going to clear the air. See, when we in SKF talk about clearing the air, we look fundamentally about two things. It's understanding, or education, if you will, and action. And I think this is fully in line with what we have heard earlier this morning. We really need to understand. We have to understand that the climate change is real. It's here. The urgent need to reduce CO2 emission is absolutely here as well. And when we look at the trends towards urbanization, you know, it brings a great opportunity to share or social and cultural sharing, but it also presents some increasingly challenges in terms of interrelated systems and dependent systems that absolutely must work in synergy. There's some stretch targets out there. I don't think they are unachievable, but it demands action. And I'd like to share with you here what we in SKF, an engineering company, is trying to do to help in that journey. So let's clear the air. That was easy, first of all. I want to talk a little bit about SKF. I've been with SKF for 33 years, and I woke up every morning and believe everyone knows about SKF. I come to realize that, at least in the Philadelphia region where we are headquartered, they talk about Smith, Klein, and French. But SKF is the largest ball bearing manufacturer in the world. We are global headquarter in Gothenburg in Sweden. We founded in 1907. Last year, 2013, roughly 64 billion Swedish kronor in revenue. Depending on what exchange rate, it's $9 or $10 billion. We have 165 factories around the world. We are represented in 130 countries. We are proud to say SKF is a company where the sun never goes down. We're always open for business. So what we do, as I said, SKF started out with bearings, but we are much more than bearings. As a matter of fact, when we go and talk to customers these days, we often hear the IDK, I didn't know, when we explain about what SKF is all about. But here's some of the examples, hopefully. I may need some help from the control tower over there. There you go. And I just want to mention one thing. SKF, or bearings in general, has always been the heart of whatever equipment they are in, whether it's a vehicle or a piece of industrial equipment. Today, with the technology and the innovation of SKF, we have been able to make the bearing also the smart bearing. We have been able to incorporate sensors within bearings so that they can bring feedback to the user. So we can detect certain problems before they really happen. But also, when it comes to how do we do it, we believe sustainability is not something you do on a Monday morning at 10 o'clock or Friday afternoon for that matter. It has to be integrated into the business. Into everything we do, we have to think sustainability. And this is what we have created as one of the first engineering companies to include the sustainability report into our annual report. SKF being a global company, sustainability may not be easy to translate all the time, so we internally came up with the word SKF Care. So SKF Care, when we talk about SKF Care within the company, it's about business care, it's about employee care, it's about community care and environmental care. So without going through all of them, I'd like to spend a little bit of time about environmental care because this is why we're here. We have been on this journey for a very, very long time. First of all, bearings reduce friction, we save energy. So we did that back to 1907 when we started. But it's also nice to know that in 15 consecutive years, the Dow Jones Sustainability Index has recognized SKF in that, something we're very, very proud of. We created, as we started this journey, the concept SKF Beyond Zero. And without going into too many technicalities, I'd like to just draw your attention to the two bars there. Basically, what we want to say is that we want to make sure that the customers that use our bearings save more energy than we use to manufacture the bearings. That's why Beyond Zero. So we have worked very, very hard over the years in our own factories to reduce energy consumption and be more efficient there as well. But as we continued that journey, we realized that we can do so and so much, but the 165 factories in SKF is just the start. Really the big benefit for us. And you can see here, this is really what it is, a matter of lowering the red bar and increasing the green bar. But in that journey, we realized that the real bang for the buck, so to speak, is at the user level. At the user level of all our customers and end users using the bearings. So we took it one step further from a manufacturing-oriented to a environmental life cycle management, where we look at the full funnel from mining to raw material into manufacturing, even transportation to our factories, transportation from our factories to the customers, and all the way, as you can see, to our customers and the end of use. What are we going to do with it when the product no longer is in use? So recyclable. Also there, we have put some really, really stretched goals on ourselves to a point that the World Wildlife Fund accepted SKF as a partner, as one of the first engineering companies to be accepted there as a partner, simply by the stretch goal we put forward for us. A couple of things to mention. One, we have these Beyond Zero products, the green products as we call them, that we will, by 2016, quadruple the amount of business that we do today. In rough terms, from $250 million to $1 billion by 2016. We monitor this very, very specific every year. All the divisions report this back into SKF Group. But also, we have made a commitment that we will reduce the energy that we use in our factories to 5% below the level we were at 2006. And those stretch targets made WWF accept SKF. So we have our work cut out for us, but as I said, it's part of our DNA and we intend to fulfill that. So as we build these products, energy efficient and so on, it's very, very important for us to talk about the total cost of ownership for our customers. Not just what it costs for you to buy this bearing or seal or lubrication system, but what does it mean in the total life cycle. And we have invented this priceberg to get the attention from customers, to explain to them that don't just look at the price, look at the total cost, the hidden cost that's in the iceberg. We thought it was appropriate to use the iceberg here while we still have icebergs. And they're not melting all over. But so this is how we talk to our customers and really explain to them, well, you may pay a few cents more because you get more for it, but this is what you're going to save over the life cycle of the product. And as we prepared for this, we decided, why not replicate this? So, Ambassador Wood, the next one here is our great idea, which will be the environmental priceberg. And we actually made a little card that you'll all bring one home when you leave here. It is a reminder, I have it in my pocket, it reminds me no matter what I do, privately or in business, I have to think about this, all the hidden cost if we don't do what we're here to talk about today. So that's our great idea for discussion later on. Now, This is all theory. Let me show you a couple of things without getting too technical about what we do. Are you ready to go for a swim in this water? Probably not. Where SKF is involved there is one of our partners, Spencer Pumps, use an aeration blower pump into this, helping in the process of cleaning this water so we can lead it back into the stream. The pump in itself is not unique. What is unique is really the SKF component far to the right there that is used. It's a magnetic bearing. Bearings usually have rolling elements inside the bearing as it rotates. Here's a magnetic bearing, so there's no rolling elements here. The magnetic field carries the load, which means no friction, no generation of heat, no maintenance, no lubrication. You can mount it and forget about it. And even better news, it only uses 10 or 30% less energy to run. So that's just one example. I think we talked a lot about traffic today as urbanization grows, and I'm not saying here that we can eliminate all the traffic jams out there. But I'm saying if we do use a vehicle, why not use an electric vehicle? Tesla has been brought up a couple of times. SKF has a very close relationship with Tesla. As a matter of fact, we supply all the bearings for the Tesla vehicles. I was at Tesla a couple of weeks ago, and we met with Elon Musk and the management team. Incredible company. I'm really very, very impressed by them. Very impressed. Building traditional vehicles, electrical, but with a Silicon Valley mindset. And that's the whole difference. I sat in there, and I thought I was at an airport or a train station. People was running around, and there was a number of people, and they are just absolutely growing their business. Very, very. Their vision is to accelerate the world's transition to electric vehicles. Nothing about building the best and the biggest and the fastest car, but to accelerate the world's transition towards electric vehicles. Very impressive company. Those two examples I just showed you here, I invite you to go visit youtube.com and go in and search for SKF. There's actually videos telling much more about those applications. So I invite you to go there. One more example is building like this, hospitals, schools, hotels, etc., with these big chillers there providing air conditioning into the facility. Again, managed and run with magnetic bearings as one example. Again, lower efficiency to run it, less noise, no lubrication, no maintenance, etc., and no wear. My last product I want to mention to you is a little untraditional within SKF, because what we talked about up to now is more mechanical bearings, rotating, and so on. But this next product is this Pure Breeze here. It's a company we acquired last year who has had an environmental services group. And basically what it does, it cleans the air. Again, this would be mounted in a room like this, and it will filter all the air through. And as you can see, 99% of dust and pollen are cleaned by running through this area, which is another area for SKF to get into, but it goes along with our sustainability concept. So what I've tried to show you now is a lot of innovation, being very close to our customers. And that's why I'm very proud when we last week were in Chicago area, we took a groundbreaking to a new technology center that SKF will bring into the US. So we have a number around the world. And why? We need to be closer to our customers so we can do all these developments together with them. Being head of North America, I'm very proud to say also that SKF is extremely committed to USA and North America. We have invested $2.5 billion the last 5 to 6 years right in this region here. And this is our latest investment. So I know my time is up. Ambassador Wood is right there on my heels. But I hope that this is giving you a little indication of what we are working on within SKF. We feel we're ready, but we feel more so that we, and in this room here, we have to take the ownership and the responsibility to walk the talk. It started with what I said about understanding and then actions. We need to communicate so people understand what this means and then take actions all together. Thank you very much.